Hello and welcome to What's Next? Transitioning with Joy and Ease. My name is Ariel Kasari-Alai, and I'd like to share with you just a little bit about my story to give you a context of how this particular course has been birthed, where it's derived from. I'm initially an internationally touring professional dancer. I trained with one of the most respected companies of classical ballet in the world, and then went on to tour internationally with two consecutive classically based contemporary dance companies. Then at the supposed height of my company career, I had a so-called accident in which my knee and hand broke. Everyone around me immediately assumed it was my swan song. That was the end. And that is the greatest tragedy that you may know for a performing artist or an athlete, is for there to be an injury that stops the opportunity to continue one's passion. That was not the case. Within 9 months, I had completely healed my knee and was in fact on stage solo. I leapt over the typical company lifespan of a dancer and entered into something that is very rare and one of the two greatest challenges in the dance profession, which is to tour solo. I had a phenomenal first year of solo touring. Rave reviews, sold out houses. The buzz in the community was must-see, hot show, not to be missed. So it was a pretty amazing entry into the world of solo performing. I surprised many people, and I followed my next calling. Instead of carrying on with dance and the incredible stellar comet streak that I was in as a solo performer, I let go dance and I pursued another passion which was new to me and equally compelling. The miracle continues in that 14 years later, I returned to the stage touring solo at the age of 40. And again, after a second, what I call temporary retirement of 9 years, I returned to the stage again last summer. And I'm due to perform solo again in the summer of 2014, which will mark my 25th anniversary of solo touring. This is supposed to be impossible. And in fact, after I fully recovered, I fully healed the so-called broken knee and toured solo for the first time, I went back to my incredible sports med specialist and I said, Dr. Doug, what was the prognosis? He was wise enough to not tell me what medicine thought would be my outcome. And he said, you weren't supposed to walk again without a limp. The power of the human will is so strong, and he knew it. So it's not so much my passion for dance and performing and being a performance athlete that I want to share with you. It's how I have navigated the transitions. Most people, when they find themselves coming to the end of something they've been deeply passionate about, invested in, and essentially their whole identity has become it. Be you an athlete, a performing artist, an executive, a leader in any organization, a parent who is empty nesting, someone who has lost a loved one, could be a pet, could be a person, could be a sudden ending of something that you've felt so a part of and so identified with. No matter what the transition is, most people go through a dark night of the soul. Depression, a loss of identity, feeling lost, confused, not knowing what's next, sometimes feeling worthless because so much of their acceptance in the world has appeared to come through what they have done, not who they are, what they have done. So I kid you not, the first half day after my final performance in my first phase of life as a dancer, which began when I was 7 and completed when, I never do the math on this, but 28 or thereabouts, intense focus on dance and being a dancer, becoming a dancer for 21 years of my life, formative years. I had a half a day, the morning of the day after my final performance, when I felt lost, confused, purposeless, totally on the border of being distraught. And I kid you not, by noon of that day, I had clarity and I was on track with my new direction. How did I do that? That is what I share with you in this phenomenal course called What's Next? Transitioning with Joy, Fluidity, and Ease. I'm very inspired to be co-launching this course with my dear friend Chandra Crawford, a 3-time Olympian, and as I make this recording, she's about 2 weeks away from her third go at receiving a medal at the Olympics in Sochi, Russia. And it is a great joy to be launching this course with Chandra. This course is available ultimately beyond our first run of it, for which Chandra will personally invite retiring Olympians. After the first run of this course, we'll open it up to anyone going through transition of any scale, where you have a sense that it doesn't need to be miserable. You can have clarity. It can be a joyous transition. In this course, I assist you to celebrate and grieve the letting go of what has been so meaningful for you, no matter how you have come to a completion of it, through injury, through loss, through a sudden abrupt ending, through choice. And I assist you very swiftly to gain clarity of what is next for you, what has as compelling, if not a greater compelling passion for you, that you are choosing to invest yourself in, to explore, to discover, to become yourself through. And we do that in 9 sessions, very concise, very joyous, very fun, very playful, very rich in wisdom. And it is my great, great privilege to be your guide in transitioning you from your current or recent or past phase of life into a brand new exploration of who you are, how you can participate, how you can contribute to this world, how you can engage with life. It is my great joy to share this wisdom and this journey with you. Thank you and welcome.